What's going on, everybody? Josh here, the driver's seat. Let's get some control over our health. So I'm not driving again. I just enjoyed it much more last time. I won't be able to do this all the time, but we're doing it today. So today's question is, can you lose weight on a keto diet and not exercise? Now, there's a couple of things to investigate when answering this question, but I'm going to answer the question right off the bat. The answer is yes. Now, let's go through why the answer is yes. So when you're on a keto diet or when you're attempting it for the first time, what you want to do is you want to change the metabolism, the way it operates, first, before you increase the rate of your metabolism. So I'm talking about increasing the rate of your metabolism. This is essentially exercise, okay? Now, your heart rate escalates, your blood pressure escalates, your muscles are contracting at a high rate. Your current metabolism is operating at a much higher rate. Now, that's fantastic, but with a keto diet, essentially what's happening is we're changing the way the metabolism actually works. We're changing the way your body utilizes two different fuel sources, carbohydrates and fats. So if we just focused on the rate of our metabolism and didn't change anything, we would just be burning carbohydrates, maybe predominantly as fuel and not so much fat, at a higher rate, when in fact what we want to do is gain access to our fat stores on a regular basis. So this is extremely important. So when I say you don't need to exercise initially on a keto diet, I mean at first. Keto adapt first. Understand that you need to gain access to your fat stores first, okay? And then once this happens, then you can increase the rate at which your metabolism is working. So when you first go on a keto diet, the first thing that is going to take place is the relationship between leptin and ghrelin. These are two hormones that are responsible for your appetite and your satiety. Okay, leptin is actually stored inside your fat storage, okay, your subcutaneous and visceral fat. This hormone is actually created in your fat stores. Now, this hormone has a connection to the brain, okay? It's called the ventral medial hypothalamus. So it's got a connection to that part of the brain, and that part of the brain is constantly talking to your fat stores, making sure, like a thermostat, is everything okay down there? You got enough fuel down there? And if the leptin signal is not being received by the hypothalamus, that means that you're going to be hungry. All right? So the relationship with ghrelin, for somebody who has a normal diet, when someone has a higher amount of carbohydrate, more conventional diet, higher amounts of carbohydrates altogether, once glycogen stores, your amounts of carbohydrates from a storage perspective deplete, ghrelin is going to increase, okay, in order to satisfy the fact that, look, you're losing energy, you need to eat some food. So these are the types of things that we need to deal with when first going on a keto diet. So again, keto diet, high amounts of fat, moderate amounts of protein, and low amounts of carbohydrates. The low amounts of carbohydrates, okay, is going to satisfy the fact that insulin is not going to spike as much, and the insulin is responsible for shutting off all fat mobilization. So your ability to take your fat stores and have an open channel to your body from your fat stores, that's going to be shut off when insulin is high. Okay, so that relationship between carbohydrates and insulin is something we need to remember. So all of these things need to take place before you just make all of that faster, essentially. Because once you exercise and you're increasing the rate of your metabolism, heart rate increase, blood pressure increases, all that's really happening is whatever you're at the state of your metabolism, however your metabolism is siphoning energy, essentially, it's just going to be doing it faster. So we need to change it first, and then we can increase the rate. Now, there's another population of people out there who, if they are more insulin resistant. Now, who are these people? These are people who are pre-diabetic, diabetic, who might be obese, morbidly obese. These people These people would benefit from resistance training, meaning training with weights, increasing strength and muscle mass, okay? they would benefit from a weight loss perspective and having a greater chance of keto adapting, because when you resistance train, when you put more muscle mass on, you actually are working on your insulin sensitivity. So the very thing that made them have high blood pressure, high blood glucose, pre-diabetic, diabetic, obese, the very thing that helped them along that path, the insulin sensitivity, increasing insulin sensitivity is only going to help them keto adapt better. Okay, so people who are of this category, if they aren't resistance training, they might have a tougher time keto adapting. So add resistance training with weights, the muscular system, okay? Strain it, increase muscle mass, break it down to build it back up. This is gonna help you keto adapt. So these are the two camps where exercise, you'd benefit from not doing it because you need to really change your metabolism first. And the other camp is where you might need exercise, resistance training, in order to move along you changing your metabolism the way it operates, okay? So the biggest takeaway from this video is, first, let's change the way the metabolism operates, and then we can increase the rate at which it operates. There's that whole philosophy of just, I'm going to expend more calories and then just eat less, and I'm obviously going to lose weight. No, not necessarily. Look, there's lots of ways to reduce your weight, and there are lots of ways that people have had success. But by chance, there are variables that have taken place where maybe they've depleted glycogen for a period of time enough to see a weight loss from a fat perspective. They didn't do it deliberately. It happened because they were on a reducing diet. They fought their hormones like a madman. They just grinded through it and they lost some weight. Could have been water, could have been fat, we don't know. But the bottom line here is you want something that's sustainable, because if you have more than 8 to 10 pounds that you want to lose, grinding through your hormone fluctuations the way they are, your hunger, your neurotransmitters, fighting through these things is going to be excruciating. You're going to want to put a bullet in your head. So change the way your metabolism works, then throw in exercise. And then for people who are highly insulin resistant, increase your resistance training, increase muscle mass, and at the same time, change the way your metabolism is working. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please post below, share, subscribe, like, dislike. You guys know how this all goes. And if you're somebody who is doing a ketogenic diet but needs some help, check out my website, ketosistherightway.com. There's a course there. It's me, 4 hours of content taking you through the process, the initial steps, the initial chapters. We go through how the metabolism actually operates, why things are happening from a hunger perspective, from a carrot leading the donkey perspective psychologically, and we go through all of the things that are set up to change the way that you look at weight loss. And then we're going to take you through the process that is very specific to the goals that you want to achieve. And yeah, that's basically it. This has been The Driver's Seat. Have a great day, everybody.